All right, let's take a look at question number 1. On problem number 1, you're being assessed on how to convert decimals to fractions, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and review the process or the steps for converting decimals to fractions. We're going to be using 2 steps here. So the first thing you want to do is you want to divide the decimal by 1, okay? Just as a guide. So divide the decimal by 1. So the goal here is to move the decimal point in the numerator and the denominator an equivalent number of times until the numerator is no longer a decimal and then you've achieved full conversion. Okay, let's write that down. So you're going to move the decimal points. When we're talking about the decimal points, we're talking about the decimal points in the numerator and denominator, okay? So you're going to move the decimal points in the numerator and denominator equivalent number of times. Equivalent number of times. The focus is on the numerator, okay? Until the numerator is no longer a decimal. Okay? All right. So let's go ahead and do a real quick review on this. So let's say we have 0.1, for example. Now, one thing you also have to remember for the Accuplacer is you need to know how to change from fraction to decimal to percent. Okay? So let's say you have 0.1 and you want to convert 0.1 into fractions, sorry. So if you want to convert this into fractions, you divide it by 1, and in order to get your decimal point in the numerator to an integer, to a non-decimal, you have to move it to the right one place. So you're going to have 1 over 10. Okay, so 0.1 is 1 over 10 or 1/10, and that's the same thing as 10%. How about 0.01? How many times do you think you have to move the decimal point in the numerator here? 2 places, which result in 1 over 100. Okay, this is 100ths, which is equal to 1%. And then if you have 0.001, in this case you have to move it 3 times, which would be 1 over 1,000, or 0.1%. This is known as 1,000ths. Okay? In this particular case we have here, question 1 says, which of the following fractions is equivalent to 0.08? This is 800ths. Okay, so just by saying the name alone, you can automatically identify what the correct answer is based on the place value. Okay, but let's go through the steps. So step 1, we're going to write down, let's write down the decimal. Step 1 indicates that we divided by 1. So 0.08 divided by 1. Now the goal is you want to move the decimal point until the numerator is no longer a decimal. Okay, so 1 is the same thing as 1.0. So in the numerator, we'll have to move it how many places to the right? 1, 2. Okay, so in order to preserve equality, we're going to move the decimal point in the denominator an equivalent number of times, 1, 2. So in those spaces, we're going to insert 0 and 0. All right, so 0.08 in fraction form is 8 divided by 100. Of course, this can be reduced by dividing top and bottom by 4, which will give you 2 over 25. But in this particular question is the intermediate format that we're looking for. Alrighty, so the answer to question number 1, the fraction form for 0.08 is 8 over 100, option letter D. Really appreciate it. If you found the contents of this tutorial helpful in your studies preparation for the Accuplacer, to give us a thumbs up. Your positive feedback is very valuable to us. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel. We upload math content to our YouTube page on a regular basis. So subscribe so you can get notified and gain access to our content. As indicated earlier, if you have any questions or comments, just post it in the comment section below and we'll try our best to assist. If you want to gain access to our interactive practice tests, the must-know formulas for the Accuplacer, and other valuable resources, do visit our website at mathgotserved.com or just take a look at the link in the description below. Thanks again for watching and have a wonderful day.